Hey everybody, my name is Ben Wheeler. Welcome to my channel. I'm a local realtor in Northwest Wisconsin. Today I am here with Al Nelson from CrossCountry Mortgage, and we're going to talk a little bit about first-time homebuyer needs, I guess, and financing options for them, and even down payment assistance that could be available depending on a few different things. So let's just dive right into it. So first-time homebuyer comes in, they check most of the boxes for getting financing. Maybe the down payment might be something they're struggling with. Are there any options for them when it comes to like different loan styles and down payment assistance, anything like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. We do have at CrossCountry, it's a 2% grant up to $4,000. So if you're buying the purchase price is $200,000, you can get $4,000. If it's $250,000, you can get $4,000. They limit it to $4,000, but it is truly a grant. It's not a loan. You don't have to pay it back.
So it's not a second
loan
or anything like that. It's just a grant.
It's a grant they give you. CrossCountry gives it to you.
So that really helps. So the 2%, so let's say if you have a 3% FHA loan or something like that.
Yeah, it's only conventional.
It's only conventional. Okay.
Yeah. So if you had a 3% down conventional, if you qualify, and we'll go over the qualifications, we will give you up to 2% of that.
So then you only have to come up with 1%. So you can purchase a home conventional if everything else lines up with just 1% down.
Correct.
That's pretty amazing.
It's a sweet deal.
So what other criteria goes with that as far as credit, income, debt, stuff like that?
Have to be a first-time home buyer.
Okay.
Kind of funny in the mortgage world, a first-time home buyer is you have not owned a home in the last 3 years.
So your name has not been on title of a home
in the last 3 years.
Okay.
So if you're 37 months away from being on title on a home, you are now considered a first-time home buyer again, which is kind of crazy. People don't realize that.
Yeah, people don't realize that. Because you think, oh, well, I bought a house 10 years ago or whatever.
I sold it 5 years ago, so I'm not a first-time home buyer, but you are.
But you are.
In the mortgage world, you are. Mortgage world has some silly rules, and that's a rule that helps us.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It keeps you in that first-time home buyer world, and then you get good situations.
First-time home buyer, you have to be under 80% of the median income for the county you're purchasing in.
Yep.
In Polk County, I think it's about $70,000. Just over 70 it is. And that's for whoever's on the loan. It might not be the household. If there's one of you on the loan and you qualify, we just look at that income.
Right.
Yep.
What other kind of credit scenarios would play into that? Do you have a certain credit score?
You know, it's best to be in the mid 600s and above.
Okay.
We have to run you through an automated underwriting system. And if we get an approval, you're good. The lower your credit score, the higher the interest rate, the higher the mortgage insurance. So it's best to have a better credit score for that program, but you don't have to.
Okay. And what kind of thinking about people's like debt to income? Because a lot of people have car payments and everything else, and those certainly aren't going down these days.
Correct.
What kind of debt to income ratio would you be looking at for a conventional style, something like that?
They like it 30% of your income for housing and 40% for housing and the rest of your debt. That's where they like it. Depending on your credit, we can push those higher. Okay. If you have a credit in the 700s, I've seen up to just under 50% debt to income.
Okay.
So it really, each scenario is different.
It plays down to those scores then.
Correct.
Okay. Yep. So good credit score, you could handle more debt. Is that what they're like? Kind of what they're
correct.
At?
They'll be more forgiving.
Sure.
With a higher debt to income with a better credit score because your credit says you pay your bills. So
that makes sense.
They'll be a little more forgiving.
So CrossCountry has a program that will cover up to 2%.
2% up to 4,000 is the max.
Up to 4,000 max. So that could get you, or help you
with your down payment.
And get into a home.
Yes.
Another thing is not always common, or has become less common, than now it's coming back a little bit again, is when a seller will pay a portion of those closing costs and stuff like that. That can help you. So overall, it can help you get into a home that you may not have been able to get into because you don't have the money
for 1%.
Right.
Yeah.
All good things to know. Anything else you'd like to add about that program?
No, it's a good program. It's fairly new to CrossCountry. I've closed one of those already and have a couple of them in my pipeline I'm closing this month. So it's fairly new to us, but it's been a great program. It's free money. You don't pay it back.
That's really cool. All right. Well, I think that's about it to wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Again, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Take care.